It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle. From San Francisco to Long Island. 'Cause nothing's better than a motion picture.
It's Movie Time is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
You can do it again.
Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSando,
And I'm Gary Hammond.
and this is It's Movie Time. All right, it's summer, okay? I don't know how much you're expecting, but I thought I'm seduced. As long as I've been doing this, I can still be seduced by a medium that I thought I was somewhat of an expert. For instance, I was seduced by Cate Blanchett in Borderlands, which is a movie that's out now. So that's Cate Blanchett, and as well as Jamie Lee Curtis. Here we have two, not one, but
Stars.
two Oscar winners.
Yes.
So what's your impression of Borderlands, Gary?
Well, when you told me, you invited me to come to see and to review the movie Borderlands, and I hadn't heard anything about it, and you said Cate Blanchett, and I said, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in, that's all I needed. You had me at Cate Blanchett, and I was so excited, and I have seen her in so many things, I suspect everything, and I've loved her in everything.
And let's go to that in our podcast. Let's
Okay.
look at her filmography.
Okay.
It's a good suggestion, yeah. I
Okay.
think we should do that.
Okay. But she was strikingly attractive when she's on the screen, early on, strikingly attractive, but she was not believable as a bounty hunter. She was not believable. She was wooden, and by the end of the movie, she wasn't strikingly attractive. And in the final scene, the young lady has a very wooden expression, and if you can imagine it, Cate Blanchett has a very wooden expression, and I realized that she was mirroring the child rather than the child attempting to mirror her. That's what I think. And I think Jamie Lee Curtis gave the best performance in the entire movie. She was the only one that was believable in her minor supporting role, and while the movie itself will not support a Best Supporting Actress award, it's the only thing that might save it.
I loved hearing that Jamie Lee Curtis demanded that everybody on set have a name tag. Isn't that interesting? She's so eccentric. Yeah, a very fine counselor, very fine thumbnail sketch of this abysmal movie. And believe me, I hate to, now and then you and I have done a Gerard Butler and we've really come out well.
Yeah.
I'm not coming out well on this one.
No, even I found a way to support going to see Cocaine Bear as a farce.
Right, that's right. We do get the dregs. I don't know why you come up. I just think with all you've been through in your life, you can take whatever I throw out there.
Well, that's true. I mean, because I dealt with the worst of the worst circumstances. So.
Well, she's playing some kind of a spin-off of John Wick, and she's not doing it at all. She is actually a vault hunter, but actually in this case she's just a hunter. She's hired an egregious amount of money to go find a little girl, right? So she slings a gun like Clint Eastwood, and she has a very nice figure, and actually, of course, a couple of the best cheekbones in the universe.
Absolutely, and that carried her with her in the first few minutes of the movie.
All right. So you've got a ragtag group who would be, I think, very cheap imitations of what's it?
Anybody.
Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, is one where they're all these kind of criminal likes that get together to save the world. And in this case, they're on Pandora,
Yes.
which is a planet, a really scummy garbage heap of a planet.
It's not good.
Not to be confused with the one in Avatar, which is also
Right.
Pandora.
Oh, they stole that name.
Well,
They
yeah,
tried-
they have no imagination. It's clear they have no imagination. This is
He
Eli
had no
Roth.
imagination.
Let's say a few things about Eli Roth in our podcast as well. He's the director, and he's done a couple of very
Did
fine
you say
films.
dumb?
No, I didn't, but this is...
He has done.
Yeah, he is, yeah. So Eli Roth, so Eli, we got, you know, he's partly, I think he is, well, he's certainly done the screenplay as well.
Yeah.
So-
I think he originated the story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jack Black is lost in here somewhere, good Lord, playing a cheap imitation of the droid in Star Wars.
Yes. Very cheap.
He only is awful. It's awful. I mean, not only is the script bad, you can barely hear it. There's so much noise going on here. And what about, all right, usually the youngster can save them. So Ariana Greenblatt, I think, plays the young, what do we call her? Teeny Tiny. How about, does she save it, do you think?
No.
No, she doesn't, isn't it?
No, she doesn't. She's a marionette. Actually, it's very wooden, and she moves okay, I guess, but she's a very wooden character. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. She has a little piece of business which is related to teddy bears. She throws them out, and they're actually explosives.
Yeah, it must be tongue in cheek, but I don't know whose cheek it's in.
I know. So Borderlands is bordering on the worst movie of the year, would you say? I didn't even look through my filmography this year.
Yeah.
I know that
yeah.
there was one I claimed months ago. I'll have to research and find out what it was. I can't believe it was worse than this one.
I saw a sign when I didn't go to the movie, but there was a feature film, and the B movie before it was Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS. I think this is on. If there are still drive-ins, this might be a hoot.
Oh, where did you see this?
Oh, I didn't see it. It was
All
a
right.
movie that I drove past the theater.
Oh, you did? All right, good.
I was taken by the title of the movie, but in any event, they used to have B movies that had a place to play in all the theaters in the urban centers where I lived. But in any event,
In Borderlands, I don't think I've seen as many explosions as I've seen, and I thought we had gotten out of the explosions and just allowed it to happen.
yeah, and the level of slaughter of the thing, it was almost like the Lord of the Rings with the millions of trolls coming after them and whatever. It was.
But yet no blood.
No, yeah, it was. I was thinking it was amazingly antiseptic because they're coming and then they cut to the shooters and then they cut back and they're all on the ground. They didn't see any. There were no even good death scenes. They're just dead. They're alive and then they're dead.
And then I was thinking also, every one of these movies has car races. In this case, it would be amphibians or whatever the heck they drive.
I've even forgot all that.
Yeah, but you would, because I don't think Roth knows how to do it. I think his races are, well, because his cutting is so erratic. There's nothing artistic about the way he edits this movie. It's incredible. And these races, which, for many people are a highlight, they love it. You consider Fast and Furious. I look forward to those races. But here I can't quite put it together.
I don't even remember the races, John.
Well, no, and that's why I bring it up, because you would not remember them. Well, let's try to find something good to say about Borderlands before we get a call from Roth and tells us he's going to tell our station to take us off because we have no taste. But I actually thought Edgar Ramirez as Atlas. Now, this is the guy who hires our Lilith to find the daughter. And I actually thought he resembled J.D. Vance a little bit.
You said you were looking for something good? But he presented very J.D. Vance-like, sort of wooden as well,
Yes.
sort of artificial, and kind of laughing when his line does not. Now the people behind me, there were 3 other people in the theater when I saw it at 4:30, and they were laughing during the movie. So it would be like almost like going with you and Wayne.
Do you think they're laughing because it was so bad?
I do. They were making comments that I didn't follow, and they were gamers. And I was even thinking that this would be a gamer movie, but and I don't know. I don't know that I'm correct about their view, but they were laughing at it rather than with it.
Well, we'll stop there, Gary Hammond. we can look forward to actually talking about Eli Roth and Kate Blanchett in our podcast, which is Back Talk. And you have to go to WCBE.org under the podcast experience to hear it. So I promise that we'll have something positive to say both about her and about Roth. But right now, Gary, there are people out there knowing this is the end of summer, they're lamenting it's gone. Have they found something here to go see, or what's your recommendation?
It'll be on a free streaming service, and you can try it then if you like.
Right, but have your best pizza there, because that's the only thing that's going to be good that night. And you see Borderlands. I keep wanting to say Badlands. What did you see?
It was bad.
Right.
See bad Borderlands.
Borderlands.
It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From